who are my people. People are on Ancestry.com. They're doing their family trees. That's wonderful and great. And, you know, politically, there are all of these different terms and designations. And so as long as that continues to happen, it's really difficult in order to create policy based off of people's, you know, how they choose to identify. So there's a lot of confusion. Now, in terms of our brothers and sisters from the diaspora, again, education is fundamental in knowing who we are. We are brothers and sisters, right, living in a diaspora of African people all over the planet. And we should all be in solidarity with one common goal, which is to replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice, as Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us. And justice is defined as guaranteeing that no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person who needs help the most always receives the most constructive help. So if we are united, even if we're codified on that one idea, it will be impossible not to be in solidarity with our brothers and sisters from around the globe who are also victims of racism, white supremacy. It just looks different. Now, in terms of our unique generational experience in America as Black Americans or indigenous Black Americans or Black folks here in America whose ancestors were enslaved, then there are very different cultural nuances that need to be respected. And I do see how in a lot of places, you know, the Black Americans are, you know, stigmatized, et cetera, and a lot of folks who are Black and have a level of a Black experience now, but haven't had that generational Black American experience, I can see, you know, how the real enemy is using that to play us against each other. So we have to educate ourselves on so many different levels, but we really also need to educate ourselves on not only who we are, but also who and what white supremacy is, how it works, how it functions, and its purpose. And if we can at least become to some level of agreement upon that, then all of the other bickering would stop. See, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing even teaches us that one of the aspects of when Black folks are in fear, what we tend to do is to project that fear that we have of our trauma, we project it onto other people. Because it's easier to fight your brother or your sister, right, than it is to actually go against, you know, the quote unquote power structure. So we need to educate ourselves on so many different levels and really, really, really just keep that same energy for our open enemies. Keep that same energy for these policies that are keeping us in a form of apartheid.
All right, thank you, thank you. So, Dr. Akua, how does a descendant of slaves, you know, my name Boyce, by the way, actually came from my great-great-grandfather who was named Boyce by his slave master, right? So how can a descendant of slavery make it clear, like, look, you know, the reparations are for me, not for just anybody who's not a white man, while at the same time not being disrespectful to people from other places that, you know, that might be good people?
I think this is where policy is so important, because things like that can be written into policy, that this position is reserved for an African American. This scholarship is reserved for an African American. I too have a Pan-African perspective.